Hello, YouTube. It's your boy, the Crazy Trader, and I'm here again with your favorite stock review. Like I always say, get money, don't make no money, and you always gotta risk it to get the biscuit. Don't follow my trades. Like I say, I'm not a professional financial advisor. So if you follow my trades, you're gonna go broke. Anyways, I want to talk to you about this little company called Atai Berkeley. It's a biopharmaceutical that everybody shies away from. If you are an investor, you know not to touch a biopharmaceutical because a biopharmaceutical can go from $1 to $100 tomorrow and $100 to $1 the next day. That's how it is. The volatility is so freaking high, especially for a small like penny stock, biopharmaceutical company like this. You really don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. But why am I doing it? High risk, high reward. And I think the company has some great fundamentals that you want to see. I'll take you through it real quick. I'm making this video on a Friday so I can post it on a Saturday, which is fine. But it's Friday after market, so that's fine. So this company is called Atai Berkeley. It used to be just Atai, and then they bought the Berkeley's part of it, and then they merged together, and it became Atai Berkeley. Real quick, I'm buying this company. This is full disclosure. I have how many shares do I have? 952 shares. I am hoping to get 1,000 shares of this company. My average cost is at 262, which is pretty good. I used to be one, but the more I bought, the higher it went, which is fine with me because I think the company is worth more than $2 or $3. So I'll take you through the dynamics of it. My total return on this company is 47%, which is heck of a return. 47% is a lot. Someone might say, why don't you just sell it? Because this is high reward anyways. You've got 50% of your money. That's I just started buying this in the last year. So in the past year, you've made 50% of your money anyways. Why don't you just sell it? And I think this is gonna do pretty well. I have the strong instincts that it's not going to do very well. Don't go buy it though. You might go broke. Do your own due diligence. And if you buy it, the risk belongs to you, not me. I am investing into it. I love it. I think the company is pretty good. I think they're going to do really well. And I'll show you just 54 employees. Cool, real quick. Headquarters is in New York. I think the headquarters used to be in Germany, but now New York, which is fine. You're looking at a $1.4 billion little biopharmaceutical company. $1.4 billion. The 52-week high was $6. $6.75. I believe that was when they announced that their phase 2B trial was a success, and then it kind of shot up, and people were hoping for the run. It didn't do it, and it came back down to its regular um place, which is around $3, $4, which is good. As you can see, the analyst ratings, 13 ratings, everybody says buy it. I don't really go with analysts, so I don't care about this ratings. But hey, if it's something that you do, if you follow analyst ratings, then 13 of them say buy. So go do what they say, not me. I'm not a professional. There's a little bit of a short interest. The short interest has gone high. I don't know why. Maybe they're gonna somebody knows something and they're gonna fill their phase 3. I don't know, but let me read a little bit of what they do. This, like I say, this is what due diligence is. Just you put it in the stock. Now AI is going to summarize everything for you. And Atai Berkeley is currently transitioning its executive leadership. And that's we don't care about that. What they're doing. Okay, so this is some of what they're going to do. The executive changes in the leadership. They're getting some executive. Yeah, that's fine. And then the virtual investor day, the company will host a virtual investor day on Friday, March 6th. Okay, yeah, March 6th. So if you're interested into it, you can look at the virtual investor day from 9 to 12 on March 6th, featuring leadership presentation, questions and answers with medical experts. And then what again are they going to do? The company completed its recent yeah, I'm not going to read all that. From the Netherlands. Okay, so they came from the Netherlands. Okay, not Germany. That's to a Delaware corporation to simplify its corporate structure and align with a U.S. shareholder base. If they're able to do well and they're able to, and if they are based in the U.S. now and considered a U.S. stock, then they have the possibility of being entered into the S&P 500. That is like far away from here. I'm just saying if they become a US based stock, then they can be. I'm not saying they are going to be. Um, I think this is what is in your clinical pipeline. This intranasal spray, that's the BPL 003 intranasal spray for treatment resistant depression. So recently received a FDA breakthrough therapy designation, which is pretty good news from the FDA. The company expects to provide phase 3 guidance in Q1 2026. So you can see in the first quarter 2026, the phase 3 guidance is going to have to be in place with a potential trial start in Q2. So the guidance is going to be in place, and then they're going to do their trial in the second quarter of 2026. So 2026 has a lot coming up. And the VLS-01 DMT top line data from buccal film formulation for TRD is anticipated in the second half of 20. So there's a lot of information coming out in 2026. So that's why I'm still holding on to this stock to see what kind of information comes in 2026. If it's positive, stock goes up. If it's negative, I get slapped into the bottom, which is fine with me. EMP top line result from a phase 2A study for social anxiety disorder. I also expect it in the first quarter of 2026. Great. So 2026 has a lot of information coming. Even if it's not, if it doesn't happen in the first quarter, then we know second and third quarter for sure. 2026, the stock is going to do something, either go up or go down. I take my gamble. I say it's going to go up. I put some money into it, and I hope it goes up. As of February 20th, 2026, the stock has shown significant 1 year growth of approximately 91.91%. That's from the past year. From 1 year, it's really gone up. So which is pretty good. You can see, they are financials from here. I'll show you the market cap 1.4 billion, like I said previously. 52-week low, $1.15, 52-week high, $6, almost $7, $6. That's how it goes. It went from $1 all the way to almost $7 real quick. And so analysts overlook Wall Street remains largely bullish. So listen to this very well, especially if you're an analyst person who listens to analysts. Not me though. Wall Street remains largely bullish with a consensus rating of buy and an average price target of $12.43, representing a forecast upside of over 200% from current levels. So Wall Street is actually thinking this stock is actually going to go up, 200% from now. And the cash runway following an approximate 150 million public offering in late 2025. I don't know why this one. In late 2025, they had a public offering, and they had, they got 150 million for the public offering. The company expects its current liquidity to fund operations into 2029. So they have the money. They already have the finances, the money to finance their operations into 2029. They don't have to raise anymore. If they do raise, fine. Maybe they want to extend that liquidity. But for now, they have the money to finance themselves all the way into 2029, which I think, will be great. So AI is asking me, would you like a more detailed breakdown of the upcoming phase 3 trial design? All that? No, I don't want all that. You can go do all that. You can go look for all those information for yourself if you really think the stock is going to do pretty good. I think it's going to do pretty good. I've done most of that information, most of that research, and I like it. Okay, now come here. Institutional ownership. Let me take you through it. Institutional ownership is 15.3%, of the whole shares that is out there, and the institutions just own 15.3%. I've always said in my position that I like when a company's shares are 50% plus one owned by institutions. 15% really, really low. But it's a biopharmaceutical. Institutions don't like taking too much of a risk. They like their very more established, because they are playing with other people's money. You don't want to lose other people's money in a biopharmaceutical, right? So they'd rather buy Google than buy Atai Berkeley. I, on the other hand, can take a little bit of risk and buy uh, you know, Atai Berkeley than Google, even though I hold both of them. So you can see 15.3%. By the time they finish maybe phase 3, if there's a positive outcome out of phase 3, this number is going to increase. Now this video is not going to get a lot of views. You know why? Because nobody gives an F about this company. But then when they finish their phase 3 trial and they go into the market, and they do all their human trials, and then they go into the market, and it's very successful, guess what? The percentage is going to go up 50, 60, 70%, and then people will come looking at my video later on. So I'm not really bothered by it. Let's look at this. Let's look at the institutions that are actually kind of buying and holding and selling this company. Morgan Stanley, crazy Morgan Stanley, as always. They are in here right now. The last was like the last quarter, which is December 31st. 31st December, Morgan Stanley bought some more shares. Adage Capital bought some more shares. D-Track bought some more shares. Ark Invest, Cathy Wood bought some more shares. They actually increased their portfolio on that side by 63.7%. BlackRock, listen again. BlackRock, they increased their portfolio by 2.8 million shares, which is 63,836%. 63,836%. Say that again. 63,836%. I'm going crazy on this one. Okay, so that's Foresight Capital, which is also a new, they had a new they bought 2.7 million shares of it. Marshall is everybody's kind of buying. Look at the new people who are buying. These people bought 2 million. RTW, I don't know who all these people are, but these are all the institutional holders that are holding this company. And this is a little biopharmaceutical with a market cap of 1.4 billion, and BlackRock is buying 2.8 million shares. And we have ARK Invest, which is Cathy holding on to a Morgan Stanley. These companies have CFOs, COOs, CDOs, and whatever OOs that you can think of, and they are buying into this company. So if this little guy here is telling you that this company, I've looked into it and I want a little bit of it, a piece of it, yes, I am buying a piece of it. So if you have something to risk, if you like the high risk, high reward place, and you have the patience, because it's not going to turn around right away, it's going to take its time. The turnaround is going to take its time. That's why I'm not investing too much, but the turnaround is going to take its time, maybe a year or two. But when it pays, I think it would pay big, because at this price, at 385, if analysts are thinking it's going to go to 12, normally the analysts sometimes they hold back a little bit. So if they think it's going to go to 12, then obviously we know it's going to go to 20. So in the next year or two, I know this company is going to do great. And I, I've given you the information. You go down the rabbit hole and go dig the rest. Uh, I don't want to bother you on this Saturday. So go have some fun. Just thank you for watching the video, and stay blessed and stay safe. Peace.